And welcome back, YouTube. This is BoosterBoxBuster here with another video. Today I'm going to be doing a full game review of Degrees of Separation for the Nintendo Switch Entertainment System. This game was developed by the company Moondrop and published by Modus, M-O-D-U-S, Games. Now, Degrees of Separation is a 2D puzzle platformer co-op game. But you can also play the entire game single player if you have nobody to play it with, which is how I ended up playing this game. Nobody wanted to play it, so I played it solo. In this game, you take control of two main characters, Ember and Rime. Now, Ember, she hails from the world of color and warmth, where hot air vents can be used to jump over gaps and water never freezes. It is also a place where plants are always in bloom. This is almost like a world of a never-ending summer. Rime, on the other hand, he hails from a world of desolation and cold. Here, the plants are never in bloom. They are always lifeless, leafless, and dread. All bodies of water are frozen over, and snow blankets the land as far as the eye could see. If you enjoy making snowmen, you can always roll giant snowballs in his land, though. And these are useful for help reaching ledges that are just out of reach. You can almost call this land a world of never-ending winter. When you start the game, you will start as the two in their own separate worlds. And then as the game progresses, they'll meet each other on a bridge where fate collides. And BAM! They're stuck together, but ever separated by a wall of fate. On this bridge, they journey to a castle. This castle is where the story and game really begins. So, in Degrees of Separation, you take control of both these characters. And the controls of the game are pretty solid. You start in this castle, which pretty much acts as a hub world, which will grant you with 5 trials, basically 5 different worlds, and one final trial, which will pretty much be the ending of the game, so it'll act as 6 trials total overall. Each trial has its own unique twist to it. The first trial is 100% normal. The second trial, you'll be granted with a magical staff. The third trial, the most annoying trial, let's just say that there's some explosive chemistry between the two. The fourth trial will grant you with a magician's cloak. The fifth trial will attach you with a ball and chain, and the sixth and final one, I don't want to spoil it, so that will be left for you to find out. Now, throughout the game and the Castle Hub world, you will find torn off pieces of this black scarf. Now, collecting these pieces of scarf will usually entail solving a puzzle And once you obtain the scarf piece, it'll usually give you a little bit of story on how those two obtained the scarf piece. So it's kind of a nice little story bit to it. Now, one nice thing about this game is you do not need to collect every scarf piece. You only need to collect enough to unlock the next door, which unlocks the next trial, and then you just need to collect enough into that one to unlock the next one. So basically, you don't need to collect every scarf piece, which is really kind because the explosive chemistry stage really, really annoyed me. So I'm happy I didn't have to collect everything in that one. Now, difficulty for these scarf pieces will range from incredibly easy to obtain to obnoxiously hard to obtain. And it never fails. No matter how good you are, there were scarf pieces, especially in the explosive chemistry stage, that I just said, nope, not doing it. It's not for me. I'll get other pieces. This one is... No, I'm not doing it. You can't make me. And as you can see, just with the little bit of gameplay that I'm showing you here, the graphics for this game are just gorgeous. Absolutely 100% beautiful. And I highly, highly recommend you just try to view everything in both the light and the cold world, just because it's fantastic to see how the entire game looks. The music, while minimal, is really fitting for the tone and gets you in that puzzle-solving zone, and I like it quite a bit. One thing to note about this particular game, so we're going to talk about the controls here. It's fairly simple. A jumps, B, Y, and X do nothing unless you have a particular ability in a particular zone. The right trigger will either tell your partner to stay put or to follow you. The left trigger changes partners, which one you are. One thing that's kind of annoying is when you change, you have to tell the other person to follow you because they will not automatically follow you, so that is a bit of an annoyance, but it is what it is. Another thing about the game's short. It'll probably take you somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 or so hours to complete the game, which is not terrible, but you know, when you buy a game, you expect maybe a little bit more out of it. Now, I will say this, I never had a chance to play it with another person, so maybe it's a lot more fun to play with another person. I just never had that chance, so that one, the co-op play, I'll have to leave out. Like I said, just never had a chance to play it. So, hopefully the co-op play is pretty fun for this game. The single player is actually pretty fun, and the controls are pretty intuitive. There are some scarves that are a pain to get, because it kind of requires some timing of switching back and forth pretty quickly between two people. But nothing... I shouldn't say nothing too bad, because there were some scarves that I skipped because they were just annoying. Or I just couldn't figure it out. So besides of the explosive chemistry option, the only other thing that I really found kind of annoying was the game story would kind of pop up randomly. And when it does, if you're in the middle of puzzle solving or, you know, just running around, sometimes you'll miss parts of the story because all of a sudden it starts speaking and pops up and it's like, oh, I should be listening instead of trying to solve this puzzle. So to remedy that, I was kind of hoping it would keep like a story log. When you beat the game, you could kind of basically relive the story, or just listen to the story or read the story without the interruptions of the gameplay itself. That was a bit of a disappointment, but I'm kind of being nitpicky at this point. So overall, my opinions on this game. Beautiful graphics, pretty easy to learn, very simple controls, minimal but effective music, difficulty curve is all over the place, but that's going to be natural for a puzzle game. And that explosive chemistry part with the scarf, oh, I just want to bite my controller and throw it across, basically make it a biter ring, just throw my Nintendo Switch controller out the window. I'm sorry, that that part really stuck in me. That part really annoyed me. So even with all that said, even with that really annoying level, I can't rate this game as bad. In fact, I rate it as pretty dang good. I love the graphics. I just love everything else about this game. So with that said, this game gets a solid 8 out of 10 from me. Honestly, if that explosive level was changed, or just not in the game at all, yes, it would be shorter, but I would probably rate it as a 9 out of 10. That level really brought it down a point for me. So with all that said, if you can get this game on sale, definitely pick it up. I probably wouldn't pay full price for it, though full price is a bit too much in my opinion. Final verdict for this game, 8 out of 10. This has been Boosterback's Buster, if I could talk, with a full review for the video game Degrees of Separation, not the Kevin Bacon kind. Although, maybe if you 100% the game, get all the scarves, maybe Kevin Bacon makes an appearance, who knows. But that has been my review. Let me know if you've played this game, or if you plan to buy this game in the future, and let me know what your thoughts on the game. Signing out.